Here is some advice to help you prepare for the third form English exam. These exams are important because they help you to go in the right set for IGCSE, a set in which you will stay for the next 2 years. My name is Mrs. Traherne and I'm going to take you through each part of the paper. Let's start with the timing of this exam. This exam is 1 hour and 30 minutes long. There are 3 equally weighted sections. This means that you should aim to spend 30 minutes on each section. Using your time carefully is very important. Also look at how many marks are awarded to each individual question and get a sense of how long you should be spending on each. Let's look at section A, poetry. This is an unseen poem. We've done this to mock the idea of IGCSE, where you also have to write about a poem you have never seen before. You might think that you can't revise for this part of the paper, but you can. On Fronter, Resources, we have put a list of poetic techniques that you should know. You should be able to spot these in the poem and comment on how meaning is made as a result of them. The key thing to remember for this part of the paper is PQA. Make a clear point that answers the question, select the right quotation, and analyse it closely. Now here are a few don'ts for this part of the paper. Every year, English teachers see some common phrases being used. These phrases gain very low marks or none at all. Here are some examples. The reason these gain such low marks is because they are very vague and could apply to any poem. They indicate that the candidate has not thought about the text they have been given. Moving on to section B of the exam, transformative writing. Again, this is exactly like IGCSE. You started with a source text. In this case, it was the poem, and you now have to transform it into something else. Here we're testing your reading skills. We have a mantra called the anchor method. Don't lift, don't drift. Do anchor your points in the text. You are going to be transforming from a poem into one of these 4 different formats. You should be really familiar with what these 4 different formats look like and the language that they use. Writing an effective letter, newspaper article, speech or magazine article will gain you some marks, but the most marks come from how well you have used and read into that source text. And finally, section C is directed writing. This is a traditional writing exercise. It does not link in with sections A or B. You simply have to write on a topic that you are given. The theme is argue and persuade. We have decided to stick with the same 4 formats from section B. So again, you may be asked to write a letter, newspaper article, speech or magazine article. Spelling, punctuation and grammar all count. Good luck.